You got the 101?
Yeah.
Oh man. Are we live? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? So we got a special guest. Just told a few folks to queue up. And if we go live early, what's that mean? It means we filled up this joint. What's up, folks? It's your boy Disco. And we're joined here by the very special, very brilliant, very talented Mr. Sleazeball. And we are drafting here on Drafters Fantasy Sports. This is a real money draft with real money implications. Sleaze, how you doing, man? You've been gone for a while, but you're back, and I'm glad that you're back. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm doing, I guess, the best I can. Got to throw the wife a little shot at it. It's been a rough week in the hospital, but we're back now. So I'm ready to get it rocking and rolling.
I can't wait. So, obviously, prayers are with you and your wife. It was a very scary scenario and situation that you guys are both dealing with, and luckily she's on the mend, and she has a great man, a very, very spectacular man to help her get better. So shout out to you for being a good man. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot out there. So shout out to you for being a good man. But now that you're back, right? What can we expect from you and things to come from you in the next coming days, weeks, months? Like, what's on the docket for Mr. Sleazeball?
So on the docket was supposed to be launching the podcast this Monday.
Sorry, 1 second. You're on the clock. Make your first pick.
Oh my God, I am. I'm going. Oh, I don't like going running back first, man. But we're going CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, okay. You know how I feel about that, but carry on. What do you have on the docket? Talk to us.
So on the docket coming this week, as you're on the clock, he takes Jamar Chase.
No matter what.
So coming up this Friday will be my launch of the podcast, My Mind is a Weapon, finally. And I'm hoping to get, we've been talking about it off stream, that I want to get you on a Wednesday show so we can do it every week for the rest of the season.
No problem.
After that will be YouTube shows probably about 8 a.m. So I'll do a podcast Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll do my YouTube Tuesday, Thursday randomly, and then I'll be doing YouTube live at night drafting just like you do as well, just like this.
Nice, man. So where can people listen to your Mind as a Weapon? Because that's a sick name. That name is super gangster. I love it. Where can people tune in to hear My Mind as a Weapon?
Well, I have to do, so I was doing research on it because I don't know anything about the podcast world yet. You have to do 3 episodes on Apple uploaded just to get it, a link verified on Apple. And I believe Spotify is one show, but I'm not sure yet. But that'll be the first 2 where it will start.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not on Apple or Spotify, but I'll do it for you. I'll 100% do it for you.
My guy.
So let's shout out Disco Ball Nation. We got a few Disco Balls in here who made the draft, who queued up with us. It is early. We started this draft 10 minutes before we were actually supposed to start. But let's shout out our guys. We got 2 fat guys, Anthony Juris, drafting at the 111. He pulled a snipe show yesterday, and he absolutely destroyed a very beautiful Houston stack for me. Mind you, it worked for him, but like I hate it and I love it at the same time. Quasi the two-time at the 108. You're at the 101. I'm at the 104. That's Disco Ball Nation up in this draft. So it's good that we got in early. Obviously, everybody that we're drafting against in terms of Disco Ball Nation, not these other people. They're all sharks. They're all absolute sharks. So the good thing is we don't have all the sharks in the draft with us tonight. So we'll have a chance. Because Quasi is insane. Anthony, you need to start putting out content, brother. You're so brilliant. You really are so brilliant. And then
which one's Anthony? AP?
He's 2 fat guys. FF. He's
I watch it. I follow him. Okay.
He's Jameer Gibbs and Devontae Adams. He's at the 111. Let's catch up. Quasi says waiting for the queue. 1 in on this one. Let's go. Fat guys says I'm in. Let's go. Still sorry, not sorry. Gotcha. So yeah, man. I need to ask.
Fire away.
Do you like drafters? Do you like drafting here on Drafters?
I like it better than Underdog.
Why?
I feel like I guess it's more like a chance because it's not as big. So I feel like I have a better chance of winning, if that makes any sense. You know, you're not as stacked in lobbies with everybody.
Yeah, fair.
And I get to draft with you, man.
That's also true. But like there's a couple nuanceical, even if I don't know if that's a word, but there's a couple different nuances when you talk about drafters and when you talk about underdog. Is there a particular nuance, like in terms of UI or just how the draft is set up in general, that you like here in comparison to underdog, or if you like it on underdog in comparison to here on drafters?
I mean, it's kind of the same. I mean, I haven't really checked ADP differences between underdog and drafters or anything like that, you know, to see any difference. But I like the value of 15 over 25 for the price pool they have better. And I mean, I like the board, I guess, the design look. I mean, it's kind of the same. I mean, I don't really know a big difference heading into it, honestly, but.
Well, I mean, like, so like on underdog, for example, like if you talk about the best ball mania, it's not most points wins, right? There's a playoff system. There's like a regular season and then playoff system where there's two different pots. Whereas here, it's just like straight up best overall performance from weeks 1 to 17.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Okay,
You didn't know that?
No. I thought it was winner of your bracket. Same thing like underdog.
No, man. It's literally like the highest points total wins everything.
So I like that better because the playoff bracket makes it worse.
Yeah,
underdog.
Yeah. So Quasi says the only thing I like better with UD is being able to filter selected multiple positions at once. Drafters only has one position role. I think another thing I like about UD is the lobbies don't take forever to fill. Right.
That's one of the things that's huge. Yeah. But I mean, again, you're getting less play, you know. I think you're playing against higher competition on that side as well because it's bigger, it's more known, you know.
For sure. And okay, so I will say this. One, I'm very sad that Jonathan Taylor fell at the 27th pick overall and not the 28th pick overall. I really would have liked him at as my third overall pick. That would have been absolutely phenomenal. I will say, the fact that there's an overlay opportunity here on drafters, since drafters is just, starting to get recognized and building, more and more publicity and more recognition and being recognized as one of, the top best balls on the planet. I still like the idea that there's an overlay opportunity where you can, win a lot of money because the tournament just didn't get maxed out. And it's a huge opportunity to win a lot of money. With that being said,
I like the dogs and stuff underdog gives you too, like the icon, how it like makes you work for something. I'm hoping the drafters will implement something like that as well too to your profile,
I think that would be a cool concept. I just like the number next to how many, like it just shows you how many drafts you've done, which is pretty gnarly in my opinion. We're just going to take a quick little break to tell people what we're doing and where we're doing it and how they can do it too, and then we'll get right back to the chat, and then we'll talk about the start of your draft. Sounds good?
Yep.
All right. So once again, this is not a mock draft. This is a real money draft with real money implications. This is the Drafters $1,000,003, $2.5 million in total prizes, $500,000 to first. It's total points format and most points wins. It's best ball weekly scoring, weeks 1 to 17, 12 teams draft, fast and slow, $15 entries, 150 max. All right. There's also the Drafters Mini, which is a $2 entry, $20,000 to first, $100,000 in total prizes. It is best ball format, which is the most convenient way for you to draft. You have 20 rounds to fill your roster for depth. Each week, a starting lineup is composed of the following positions: 1 quarterback, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, 1 flex. At the end of the week, the best overall performances on your roster will be submitted into your weekly matchup. So no more leaving points on the bench, no more waiver wires, no more trades, none of that garbage. What do we do with that garbage? Sleaze, wake up. What do we do with that garbage? We say, get that garbage out of here. You literally just
I'm waiting on the clock. I was plugged in. My bad.
You're good. You literally just draft and forget it unless you're winning a really, really, really ridiculous amount of money. So sign up today using promo code DISCO and we'll double your initial deposit. All right, let's catch up with the chat. We got a lot of chats here. If you guys have any questions, feel free to fire them up. Stephen Hulick says, let's freaking go. I can't wait.
Stack them.
Yes, that's Uncle Mercy in our Dynasty startup. Uh,
Oh, he's in there. Nice.
yeah, that's Uncle Mercy. He's changed his name like several times to things I
What
said.
did you think of that trade I made today?
Uh, I'll be honest. I don't remember it, but we'll talk about it. We'll catch up with the chat first. Bayou Bengal says in the car on my way home, got you pulled up in the car. I appreciate that. I know Sleazeball appreciates that. Shout out to Bayou Bengal. If you're not subscribed to Bengal Nation, Bayou Bengal, what the hell are you doing with your life? Get your life sorted out and fix it. He says, hope everyone's doing well. Hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button, especially today, because if we can get up to, what did I say, 15 likes? If we can get up to 15 likes on this live stream here on YouTube, I'll do a giveaway. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says, I'd be lying if I said I didn't listen in the car while driving when I can't make it. Hurt. I appreciate that regardless. Just don't watch. Like, just listen in. Obviously, hands-free. Adrian, my guy Fitta says, listen in my car. I need an audio stream. You're killing my data. I'm sorry. Take it out, says Uncle Mercy. Sleaze, tell him about our dynasty. Yes, tell him about tell us about the dynasty trade.
So the trade today, I was looking for a third round late and a first to move back because I want to stack as much young talent in this draft as I can because it's a 14-man dynasty and you're going to need more depth pieces in a 14-man. So I shot out, shot you one, declined it, shot a couple out. And then he sent me a fifth and I countered him with a fourth. And I'm going to lose Bijan or Jamar Chase, but I like having, it's pretty much essentially like having a first round pick in 25, getting another fourth round pick. So I'm liking the depth play here in a 14-man league, even though I'm dropping back to say Garrett Wilson or Puka Nacua, at 11, but I'm getting a top 50 player in return.
Fair. You've definitely, so like I'm best ball or like just your standard redraft league. I'm not a dynasty guy. By any means, I'm not a dynasty guy. So this is only my second dynasty I've ever been a part of.
Have you ever been in a 14-man?
No. The other dynasty I was a part of is a 10-man.
Okay. So 14-man, and we have, I believe it's double flex, right? So you're going to need as much depth as you can get, especially with 14-man, because, it's going to be, you're going to have at least 2-3 injuries, say, everyone average that out a year. And when you have 14 people, you're going to be looking at pick 70 by, round 4.
Fair. Did you want to jump on that live stream when we do our dynasty draft?
Oh, I'm gonna stream it.
All right. Sweet. Yeah. Okay. Uncle Mercy says thumbs down. What are we doing thumbs down for? Sleazeball. Kobe and the Cow Dog says Sleaze literally had one job. You literally just draft it and forget it unless you're winning a really, really, really life-changing amount of money. Liam McKinnon, what's up, brother? He says Pacheco at 44 reminded me about that blunder I had Friday. Oh God. Two Fat Guys likes that move for Dynasty. Uncle Mercy says thumbs down for the trade. Oh, Uncle Mercy doesn't like the trade. He's willing to invoke his veto powers shortly.
Thumbs down. Why is that? I'm giving up Jamar Chase.
I don't think Adrian's going to draft Jamar Chase. I really wanted James Cook there, so
you gonna go with Deontay Walker? Oh, I just got both taken. Oh God. Okay, that hurts.
It's okay. We pivot. We snipe and we pivot. We pivot and we snipe. Adrian says, I'll stream with you, Disco. Sounds good, brother. Sounds good. All right. Let's talk
does he stream on as well?
Yeah, let's talk giveaway.
In here. Okay.
Dude. If you are watching us on Twitter X, you're going through it, brother. What's happening? I'm gonna stop.
I just got all 3 sniped in a row.
Okay. Pivot. Let's go. Show us why your mind is a weapon.
Oh
don't be a victim to the snipes. I don't like
this. I'm gonna get my stack for CD and Lamar and just keep it like that. I'm gonna reach early for that, and then I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the home run hitter for best ball.
Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. Over Addison.
I'm not. I don't think he has the same season he had last year. There's no Kirk Cousins. I know that TJ Hawkinson might be on the pup, and they got Keel Harry coming in at tight end.
Oh my God!
There's your talking. There it is, right there. I'm not. I don't think he has the same production. I think he's outside top 30.
Okay. Okay. I respect it. I like him as a ceiling play, especially as like a wide receiver 4 or 5.
I'm
Just
on
very
board with
curious.
that.
I just got sniped.
Kittle diddle diddle.
Yeah, so I'll go Ferguson. I was saying yesterday on stream, I'm kind of out on the Dallas Cowboys this year, but that's neither here nor there.
Why
Uncle
are
Mercy
you
says,
out on the Cowboys?
I'll tell you in 1 second. Uncle Mercy says, I want the young studs, but only in fantasy. Pause. Hard pause, super pause. Somebody check on that, man. Why am I out on the Cowboys? Because I realized that last year, every game they were missing Tyrone Smith, Biotish, or Martin, or a combination of them, was absolutely catastrophic and tragic in terms of fantasy production. That offense was stagnant and absolutely terrible. Yes, they did address the vacancies with some draft picks, but the draft picks are nowhere near the
Right.
caliber or talent. So if we're going to expand that sample size of them without those players last year and apply it to a full season, my full season projection is Dak Prescott running for his life in a timing offense, which doesn't really end well. And if you also pair that with the fact that a wide receiver one's never repeated as a wide receiver one, I'm completely out on the Cowboys.
I mean, if there's any year for it to happen, this is the year. I mean, their running back room is in shambles. They just updated yesterday. They're going to use a rotational wheel of 3. So, I mean, Deuce Vaughn's going to be in there at running back too. I mean, it could be all CeeDee Lamb for 200 plus targets.
Like, sure, he'll start off on fire. He'll start off on fire, but there's also that contract dispute and situation, and Jerry Jones doesn't seem like he's going to budge with any of the big 3 contracts there as well. So there's obviously there's some negative energy in that locker room in general as well. There's a lot of red flags for the Dallas Cowboys, and the more I think about it, the more I'm out on it. So I told myself I will take Jake Ferguson at ADP because of his upside and his ceiling, should I be wrong with my assessment. But I'm also always going to pair him with 2 other good tight ends moving forward. I wanted to ask you, who's a player in the there's an AFC South player that you were talking about earlier, wide receiver. It was
Adonai Mitchell.
Yes. So tell me why are you so high on Mitchell right now? Because I got Pittman, right, but Mitchell's obviously at a much better price. So
I scouted all the tapes of the wide receivers and I ranked him at number 5, and he got taken off the board at number 11. That's why I'm just bullishly pissed off. Am I this wrong? Or was the draft just go against him? Because he looked way better to me than Xavier Worthy. He looked better than Brian Thomas. I mean, he was probably, I mean, I don't have his perception thing up, but this guy could beat man all day, every day, every game. And he got just disrespected so bad that I think he's going to play with a chip on his shoulder and he's going to ball out.
So can I ask you something?
Yeah.
In that wide receiver room, can we agree, or if you don't agree, by all means, just tell me you don't agree. Can we agree that Michael Pittman is the alpha wide receiver 1 in that room?
Oh, 100%. So I love Pittman.
So in a run heavy offense, in a 2 wide receiver set, do we think that he's going to be in that 2 wide receiver set?
Yeah, Josh Downs will play the flex, or Josh Downs will play the slot, not the flex. My bad.
No, but like I'm talking about 2, because they run 2 wide receiver sets a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So in a 2 wide receiver set, who's going to be the second wide receiver to Michael Pittman, since Michael Pittman's the true alpha?
Is it Adonai?
You think it's Adonai? So Adonai is already pipped.
Yeah.
Downs in the pecking order.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not positive. It's still really early, but I truly believe that his talent is way better than Josh Downs. Yes. Or Alex Pierce, if that guy's still there. Alex Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, like, belief is one thing. I just want to know, like, do we know who is, going to be that true number 2 guy? And I feel like it's up in the air. It really is a toss up. It's definitely up in the air. But
I think Josh Downs, who's a smaller body, smaller frame, would play the other side.
No, I think your assessment's bang on. I just like to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think your assessment's absolutely bang on. If you're talking about all around wide receiver, somebody who can even get involved in the blocking game, in these two wide receiver sets, um,
I forgot.
I think Adonai is like all the way up there. I like Adonai. I'm definitely not going to reach on Adonai, especially because like I'm not 100% certain. Like theoretically, sure, he'll replace Downs in the two wide receiver sets because they do run that a lot. But if we're talking about that wide receiver room in particular, man, Michael Pittman. The more I
That's a
think
stud.
about him, the more I think like this guy has wide receiver one upside in the NFL in general. And I understand like yes, his quarterback situation is a little bit weird, but I love the back and forth here. I really do
I
love the
don't know
back.
if I go as far as wide receiver one upside
Yeah,
because he
this is
doesn't get much bombs. He's more of a possession receiver, but he gets the work and he gets open and he can find the zones like no one else. But I don't, Pittman's not taking he's not Devontae. He's not taking the top off, and Devontae can do better at 31 than he is at 26.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, in terms of targets,
yeah, Pittman's a monster.
Pittman was top 4.
Yeah, and if he didn't get hurt that week, he'd have probably been a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah, he so the only thing Pittman was missing last year was touchdown upside, right? Because he doesn't only got into the red zone 4 times. But if we're saying we love Anthony Richardson this year, we like that Colts offense this year, Jonathan Taylor, the O-line's healthy. The only thing stopping Pittman from jumping up to that realm of being the top wide receiver is touchdown upside. And I don't think he's touchdown dependent. We just haven't seen the touchdowns there yet. So should we get 5, 6, 7 touchdowns, we're talking about the number 1, number 2, number 3 wide receiver in fantasy football. So that aspect, that entire thought process has me more bullish now on Michael Pittman than I've ever been bullish on any player ever in fantasy football. And like I'm bullish on Drake London this year. I'm bullish on Jamar Chase, but I'm also being contrarian. If Michael Pittman shows up to me in round 2, 3, I am drafting Pittman every freaking time right now because of that upside. So I really like that offense. I know
I feel like it's going to be a lot of the Jonathan Taylor show this year too. I mean, he had the contract holdout last year. He got injured like week 13 and 15, if I remember. He missed 3 games, and dude, I think he's coming for RB1. Like he's going to be one of the guys in the conversation. If you average out his points from his misses last year, he would have had CMC numbers, and that was with Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, I completely agree. But I would say the fact that it was Gardner Minshew, not Anthony Richardson, also takes away from his rushing upside. But yeah, I don't doubt Jonathan Taylor's got RB1 written all over him this year as well, because that O-line is absolutely spectacular.
Massive.
Yeah. That O-line, like what's that kid's name from? I call him kid. What's that dude's name from? He's a man. Nelson, number 56 from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's a freaking beast, man.
That guy can play ball.
Dang it! You sniped my freaking Connor stack.
Oh, you were going for a double stack?
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's fine now.
People would be like, "It's not a double stack; it's a handcuff, right?"
Yeah, I call it a double stack in that situation.
Okay, so perfect. Can we educate? Not necessarily educate, but like, can we tell the folks the difference between what a double stack in the RB position is and what a handcuff in the RB position is? Because like,
and he takes Brian Robinson.
I feel like people aren't very clear on that entire scenario. So make your pick.
Hang on, let me see. I just got screwed. Just lost Benson and Robinson. Gus Edwards. Oh, you like Austin Eckler this year?
Love him.
All right, let's see my buys. So, okay, Gus is fine. And Austin Eckler is fine. All right. We're stacking up. We're going balanced. 4-4-2-1.
I like it. Darn it. Poop.
So a handcuff to me would be, and this is a bad example because Blake Corum people will say is, a stack with it. I honestly don't believe that Blake Corum will see more than 30% snaps. But handcuffs would be like, I guess Zach Charbonnet is a bad example as well. Marshawn Lloyd, Josh Jacobs, maybe like a 30%. But I look at a handcuff like Ty Chandler, right? So if Aaron Jones goes down, Ty Chandler, pure handcuff, he will take the job. He's not going to see much outside of that. I look at a stack like James Conner, Trey Benson, probably 65-35. Anyone over 30% is kind of a stack to me.
So like a David Montgomery,
yes,
Jahmyr Gibbs.
That's a true stack last year. I mean, they were like 50-50
snaps. Absolutely. So a lot of people give me a hard time because I call some of these double stacks, right? And not necessarily handcuffing my own running back because, in today's NFL, in today's NFL, like both running backs are going to eat. And in these best ball tournaments, yes, it does lower your ceiling because you're not going to another offense should this offense that you're investing in sucks. But regardless, your floor is a lot higher when you double stack RBs in these rooms where they are double stack worthy. But when I look at Atlanta, though, I think I'm confused. Right? Is Tyler Algier?
Yes, he will be this year, I believe.
He's going to be a handcuff this year.
Yes. Okay. Last year, I guess you could call it a stack because I don't know what they were doing in Atlanta. I mean, I was watching Cordell Patterson get carries last year at age 50. So I mean, who knows what they were doing.
So does that mean this year Najee Harris is going to be he's not going to be the RB1? It's going to be a double stack there.
I don't see Jaylen Warren ever. It's a double stack, but I don't see Jaylen Warren ever being a true running back one.
Fair. I mean, Najee may not come back. They didn't pick up his
fifth year.
Yeah. Fifth year. All right, let's see the chat. Adrian Fitta says Addison, no rookie QB has ever had a wide receiver with 10 total touchdowns. I'm with you. No, thank you. Heard. Very legitimate. Like, I love how knowledgeable our base is here. Pete Sandoval, great show last night, brother. Hey, brother. Good to see you. Roman Wilson on the block.
Roman Wilson.
JC says, what a crew. Richardson is healthy. I don't think Taylor has as many TDs.
Oh, my God. Taylor's going to have more, bro. He's going to have more.
Okay, so since we're on this thought process and this entire concept, and JC, thank you for bringing this up because, this is a great talking point. Do we feel like Saquon Barkley is going to have more than Jalen Hurts this year, or because
Saquon Barkley will have more than Jalen Hurts in touchdowns this year? Yes, rushing. Yes.
Okay, so if we're talking about pure red zone opportunity,
yep,
just red zone touches alone, right?
I'm ready for this. This is a perfect talking point. Okay, the Eagles. Jason Kelce is gone. He is the tush push king. The past 3 years, the Philadelphia Eagles running backs have all been scat backs. They have never had a true big man 3-down workhorse running back. Saquon is going to eat every tush push there was.
I mean, the fact that Saquon's getting 70% of his money guaranteed, he's making 30% more than any running back who signed this offseason, including CMC. Shout out to CMC getting the bag again. I really think that Saquon's an absolute steal, and he's going to be utilized way more. And plus, Nick Sirianni said to Giants fans today, you guys are really annoying, but guess what? I took your best player, so I love that. Quasi says double stack implies RB1A, RB1B committee. This is why you're one of the best and one of the smartest. Handcuff means the RB only gets play if the RB1 gets injured. I'm
gonna go away from Javon Baker. We'll go the other way.
You're going Pocahontas?
Yep. I don't have any ownership of him, so we're gonna switch it up.
Yeah, I don't have any quarterbacks yet. We're hurting at the quarterback position. Let's catch up with the chat.
Oh man, your wide receiver room is nasty.
Yep. Wow. I think this might be a 4 QB build. I'll be completely honest, and I'm okay with it. Harris and Warren. Okay. Ty Chandler. Let's go. I really like Ty Chandler this year as a handcuff because I know for a fact Aaron Jones is going to go back.
Aaron Jones is going down.
Yeah, Harrison Warren, definitely double stack. I don't see Connor Benson as a stack. I see James Conner and Benson as a double stack, and probably one of the better handcuffs as well. Because should James Conner take the majority of the touches, we know Connor's going to go down at some point. We don't know to what extent, but we know he's going to go down at some point. So that just makes Benson's upside currently where he's being drafted at all the higher. He'll be back. Yes. I just got sniped hard. Who sniped you, Quasi? Talk to me, Papa. On the board, Atlanta ruined me last year. If Mustard Man can actually be used, I would have been easy. Yep. Bijan and Dijon, gotcha. Absolutely. Is James Cook going to have a bunch of TDs with a healthy running Josh Allen? No. I think they brought in Ray Davis to address that. How do you feel about James Cook?
I love James Cook. He was my guy last year too, where everyone gave me shit.
Just addressing this question: is he going to have a bunch of TDs with a healthy?
Dude, he only had 4 touchdowns last year. I can't. His red zone work kills me. I don't think Ray Davis though is gonna. I mean, he's not Braylon Allen. He's not Bane. He's not coming in to looking like a goal line running back to me. But
did you put the tape on?
Did I put what?
The tape on, the Ray Davis tape.
No. Kentucky?
Put on the Ray Davis tape.
Okay.
You'll see exactly why I'm. If any running back is going to be punching it in the red zone, it's going to be him, right? Because they tried it. Like they know James Cook's strengths, right? They've in PPR, big.
He bulked up this year too. They said he had like 15 pounds.
Yeah, so I would say like Ray Davis is a very slept on handcuff, very slept on handcuff. But yeah,
I don't have any 0% ownership of Ray Davis, so okay.
Yeah.
Talking me into it.
Just I don't even have to talk you into it. Just put on the tape. You'll see what I see. JC says James Conner is a beast, and I believe Cardinals just run him to the ground for sure. And because he has so much history getting injured, and a lot of these are re-aggravating injuries. Him and Aaron Jones at the running back position this year have the highest likelihood to be injured at some point in time, right? And due to the fact that they have the highest likelihood to be injured at some point in time, we know that the handcuffs there are very valuable. It's not that we think they're bad players. It's that, like, logistically speaking, it's one of those situations where it's too good to kind of pass up on, and it's a great way to capitalize. How many likes do we have on the stream? Do we have enough to do a giveaway?
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready.
If you're listening on the YouTube channel right now and you're a betting man, the over-under right now on Jalen Hurts rushing TD is 11, and I guarantee, I'm calling it right now, that he doesn't rush for 11 touchdowns.
So since we're on that topic, Derrick Henry's over-under for rushing touchdowns is 10.5 right now.
10.5. I already smashed that in so many. That's over.
You're taking the over?
Yes.
I feel like it's too good to be true, and like
I've got that.
I don't doubt it's possible. I feel like it's way too good to be true, and something's got to give, right? It doesn't make sense that
he gets hurt week 2.
Yeah, he'll get it by week 2. Like it doesn't make sense that he was brought in there just to be, the guy in the red zone to get those tough yards. Like it doesn't make sense. 10.5. Right. Like Vegas is sleeping on him, right? It's, like
I agree, it's crazy. I don't understand.
Yeah, that one's crazy. All right, we're gonna take Deshaun Watson. I'm super low on him. I hate him. I can't stand him. But we got Judy.
I showed you my bets right now. I think that's like one that I do like season bets. Like the season long stacks or whatever. I have that probably in like 6 or 7 of them already. Derrick Henry. I mean, that's just a lock. It's crazy.
JC says double stack to me is like Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams. That's a throwback. Yeah, but I mean, like you look at Jahmyr Gibbs and you look at David Montgomery. That's a true double stack. And I think you're right in a sense that like Trey Benson isn't quite a double stack, but you don't draft him and utilize that draft capital where you get him and expect not to utilize him. I obviously agree. James Conner is absolutely phenomenal, but he's not getting any younger or healthier. So I wouldn't. I'll agree with you. I wouldn't consider them a double stack by any means.
God, I don't like this pick.
Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says value has not been falling tonight like it did last night. It's what happens, man. Especially when Quasi's there. AP 2000. Who's AP 2000?
Oh my God, I don't like any of these picks right now. Oh my gosh.
I don't mind
Wallace and Michael Benson. Not a double week 14 tight end. That hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't double stack your tight end now. You can't protect your.
I was gonna go for likely, but man,
you can't do it anymore. Unless you go to the 4 RB build, which kind of kills the whole idea of going early tight end. if you go with 4 tight ends, it would kill the whole idea. Oh, he sniped Herbert. Gotcha. And like everybody's like, oh, they're not going to run they're going to run the ball too much. Herbert's got to get fade because they're not going to pass the ball a lot. Do you know who the team last year that ran the ball the most was?
Probably the Miami Dolphins.
No, look behind you.
The Niners?
Niners, yeah, they ran the ball the most and they passed the ball the least. And even though they ran the ball the most and passed the ball the least, on average per game, Brock Purdy threw 31 plus times. That is 500. That's 504 pass attempts on the season. That's the most we saw, right? That's still a lot of volume to go to receivers. So I think Herbert's an absolute steal, and I understand why Quasi's upset that he got sniped there.
Helps when the defense is getting the ball back a lot, though, too. Niners is pretty good.
JC says Sharp was a second-round pick in the NFL, huge draft capital. Do you consider him a double stack with Kenny Walker? I don't consider either of them a good running back this year. I'll be completely honest. I don't like either one of them. So I don't think it's a double stack. I don't think there's a clear-cut handcuff. I think either one of them can emerge as the RB1 in that room. It depends on who had a better offseason and who.
Kenneth Walker's just a better running back, my opinion.
I don't disagree. I really don't disagree. I wouldn't call that a double stack. I wouldn't call that a handcuff either. I'd say that's a real RB competition there. I don't think it applies to the double stack or the handcuff situation. I think there's definitely an RB competition there.
I just think his elusiveness, breaking tackles, field vision is just better than Charbonnet. He's just a pounder. He's gotten better in the passing game. I'll give him that. But
I'm personally out on both. Like when I go into these best ball drafts, I think to myself, which is an offense I want to invest in? And if I'm investing in that offense, is it in their quarterback, their tight end, their wide receiver room, or running back room? I look at that offense, I'm like, okay, I hate the quarterbacks. The tight ends are a joke. The running backs, it's like, Whereas the wide receivers is all I want to get from that team, right? So I see Seahawks, I think, okay, I want in my best ball drafts, if I'm looking at the Seahawks and I get a deal at the Seahawks at ADP, I want the wide receiver. The running backs don't pop up to me because that running game doesn't really scare anybody. It doesn't like excite me based off of where Kenneth Walker's going or Zach Charbonnet is going. And either one of them could be the guy. I mean, I'll get to them for exposure purposes. I was going to go Javon Baker, but I'm going to go Demario Douglas because like I generally believe Demario Douglas is the one there.
So...
And you know what, JC, you could totally disagree with me. Respectfully, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And like, I'm not right. You're not right. It's all theory. It's all theory at this point.
Is this based off of? I think I'm up. Hang on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, God.
No, I don't want Baker to go guy.
I don't want him to go with him. I need another tight end.
John
Dead end. Tolbert's shooting up the boards, huh? Yep. I like this pick right here.
A.T. Perry?
Yep.
I mean, it could very well be Cedric Wilson as well.
Right. Okay, so hang on before we jump back into it. Rushing attempts, the 49ers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, were at 9th last year.
Who's first?
So you have the Lions were first, the Eagles first is the Ravens, 541, Bears were 534. You get quarterback rushes too, though, right? So Justin Fields.
Okay.
But Falcons 522, Browns 518, Bills were ahead, Eagles were ahead.
So how many times did the quarterback drop back and throw?
This is just rushing attempts. Let's see here.
Let's catch up on the chat while you look that up. Thank you for fact checking me.
I thought the Dolphins would because they blew everyone out and just ran the ball. I guess they didn't have that many.
But like to state on my point, like the reason why Justin Herbert is such a good value is because regardless of the teams that are running the ball a lot, they're still passing at a very high volume, right?
Yes.
On a week-to-week basis. Willie says, howdy, Willie. Kenneth Walker has 1,900 rush yards in 2 seasons.
49ers were 30 pass attempts a game. You're right. That was third to last, 30th.
Yeah. Douglas Godwins, what's up, brother? Good to see you, Beeline. Douglas, love Douglas. Adrian Fitta says Walker is an efficiency monster, though. Also, Disco Pat's wide receivers will rise in the best ball. I love them redraft. Okay. Walker is a beast when he's healthy. Willie, that's because you're a homer and you're a Seahawks fan, but I respect it.
Walker is good when he's healthy, though. He is. Yeah. He's just a tough pick.
Yeah, and like JC, you're right. It is all theory. That's why we love it, because we all have our own opinions, right? The only people who I don't want to work with in the fantasy football industry are the ones who think their opinion is a fact and will actually disrespect you on your opinion. Like you need to draft and you need to talk and give advice like you're right, but have the humility to be able to be willing to be wrong. Right. And that's why I associate, with the JCs, with you guys. And that's why I've completely cut off other people who like just
know-it-alls.
Well, no, they're just fucking disrespectful. They're straight up disrespectful. I don't mean to curse. They're just disrespectful. I'm not going to put them out there. I'll tell you who I'm talking about after. But like, they told me I was dead wrong when I said Sam Laporta's tight end number one. One of them told me to suck his dick.
Jesus.
Yeah, on a stream. So never working with those dickheads again. If you love that exact player everyone did, it would be legit impossible to make trades. Exactly. Godwin says, "Hey buds, it's also supposed to be fun. Always. It's there's being competitive, but there's also having the notion that like, yes, we're competitive as can be, but like, it's not that serious. It's just fantasy football, right? Obviously there's a lot of money and a lot of implications here, but it's definitely supposed to be enjoyable for sure. Laporta is number one. Yeah, he said, okay, so this guy said it's Travis Kelce and then everybody else. And I said I gave him my reasons why I thought Laporta was number one. I was high on Laporta in May last year. I said Laporta supporter. We were the Laporta supporters. I've been calling it all year. There's some original disco balls here that can totally vouch for that. And
that's a great call.
Yeah, we had some tremendous calls and we had some absolute duds. You know what I mean? But I had the humility to be and willingness to be wrong for sure.
I think I had Laporta like 7, so that's fucking phenomenal call.
Yeah, and everybody gave me a hard time because rookie tight ends never are the tight end number one, right? I looked at the vacancy in terms of targets. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown, then who? Right. I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs was going to eat all of the targets, and I didn't anticipate they were going to line up both, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery after they signed David Montgomery in the offseason. So I had to look who had the best upside, and I looked at the upside. I looked at the combine. I looked at everything, and it just made sense. Sam Laporta was perfect, and he was killing it. Absolutely.
What's the Keaton Mitchell update? Is he coming back anytime soon, or is it like 8 weeks?
I have no idea. I'll be completely honest. I have no idea. So that's why I've been trying to get hitter. If I am going for the second running back there, I've been trying to make a conscious effort to go Justice Hill in the last round, because I think Justice Hill can be a great last round pick, especially as a just in PPR in general.
Oh well. I can't click on Keaton Mitchell because I don't know, but he would be nice with Lamar, and he's a home run hitter for best ball, but
Totally. And that's what you do at the end of the draft here. Trust your process. Get your guys. Exactly, Anthony. Laporta will go down as Lions' greatest tight end ever. I mean, that's like early on, his first season. I don't disagree. Liam McKinnon says, LOL, I remember that guy. That was an uncomfortable stream. Yeah, fuck that guy. I don't like to swear. I really don't like to swear. And because I swore, we're doing a giveaway.
I mean, if you could even name me the best tight end of Lions all time, I'd be impressed.
He just did. Charlie Sanders.
Yeah. That's like the 70s, right?
I have no idea.
I don't even know a good Lions tight end that I've ever watched. So he's got to already be there. Instantly.
I think that's his spot.
I think the only guy I remember is like Pettigrew or something. Brian Pettigrew or something like that. I don't do. They've had no tight ends.
I have no running backs, and I got 3 quarterbacks, 3 tight ends. I definitely need to take a running back with my last pick here. It is a unique
Woods is nice.
I probably shouldn't have grabbed DJ Chuck there. DJ Chuck kind of threw everything off. But we were also talking. Braylon Allen's going earlier and earlier in these drafts. He was going undrafted last time you were on stream.
Yeah, because they posted a picture of him looking like Hulk, man.
Yeah.
Guy looks stacked, bro.
Yeah, but like I will say I've been high on Braylon Allen pre NFL draft. So I'm still high on him as just a pure handcuff. Really is just a pure
And they
handcuff.
already have Brees Hall's already having a little injury knick-knack here and there already. I mean, if
Look,
Braylon Allen gets the go, it's
now, no, but by no means am I comparing Braylon Allen to Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry compared Derrick Henry compared Braylon Allen to Derrick Henry. And if you guys remember, you know, that dude, CJ2K, was ahead of Derrick Henry in the order. So in Dynasty, getting a Braylon Allen is absolutely brilliant. But I love Brees Hall this year as well. Yes, LOL Brandon Pettigrew. Love DJ Chark. I like him as a ceiling play. I really do like him as a ceiling play late in these drafts. Quasi said Allen is getting early camp hype that he will get the RB2 job.
oh yeah,
Really? Yeah, easily. Oh yeah. Who was the other guy? What was
Brandon Pettigrew? That was his name. I couldn't remember it.
Pettigrew?
Yeah, that's the only tight end I can remember.
That's why he's rising. Okay, so Quasi saying Allen is getting the early camp hype that he will get the RB2 job. That's why he's rising. And I also think that like he might spell Brees in the red zone. They tried to spell Brees in the red zone last year, and
who is he taking with the last pick? Dep. Okay, Justice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be rough. Let's see. Who do I have up top? Okay, can't get that. I mean, oh man.
All right. So while you make your last picks here, I'm gonna tell the folks how to enter the giveaway.
Go for it.
All right. So if you are watching us on X, Elon's Dungeon, Elon's Fun Place, if you guys want to enter the giveaway and win an opportunity to win $500,000, if you know your stuff, drafting and fantasy football, hop on over to the YouTube stream. Make sure you're subscribed. It is subscriber only right now. Make sure you're subscribed, and you got to enter this to enter our giveaway to win this ticket. You guys have 2 minutes or until we're done summarizing the drafts. Hashtag Sleaze. Hashtag Sleaze, because Sleaze is my guy, my dog. I love this guy. Hashtag Sleaze to enter the giveaway. Quasi's entered the giveaway. Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football has entered the giveaway. Sleaze has entered the giveaway. Ale has entered the giveaway. JC's entered the giveaway. All right, let's look at our drafts. We'll start with Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football. Anthony, he goes 2, 5, 10, 3. I'll let you do the grades here. All right, it's either like it's just very.
All right, I like that.
Like D- is obviously the worst. A+ is like the most perfect draft you've ever seen. Okay.
Okay.
So roster construction. 2, 5, 10, 3. Quarterback room. CJ Stroud, Tua Tagovailoa. Running backs: Jahmyr Gibbs, Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift, Javonte Williams, Jalen Wright. Wide receivers: Devontae Adams, Tank Dell. You keep getting Tank Dell and Brees.
Tank Dell is the wide receiver one in Houston.
Tank Dell and PJ. Amari Cooper, because you said Tank Dell's the wide receiver one.
I think he's the wide receiver one this year in Houston.
It's debatable, but he does look fully healthy. Amari Cooper, and we were talking about Amari Cooper before we went live. I said Amari Cooper is one of those players where, like,
I like Amari.
I know you do, but he's one of those players where, like, if you're if you have your lists and like you have your tier list and your tier guides and your rankings, in your wide receiver rankings, Amari Cooper is either wide receiver number 14 or number 30 for you, and nowhere in between, right? So I'm on the thought process that he's wide receiver number 30. You're on the thought process that he's what, like closer to a 14, or where do you have him ranked?
I'd say like 15 to 18 range. I mean, with Deshaun Watson, he loves wide receivers. He's not going to target Njoku. I know we were talking about that, but I think Amari could have a possible career year
for sure. But like,
comes down to Watson, but
you can't and I said this earlier, but I'll say it again because it's a fucking fantastic point. Like, you can't look at what David Njoku did that last stretch with Joe Flacco and be like, oh, we're just not going to try to do that again, because, like, even though he was absolutely spectacular and one of the best players in football, we're just not going to do it again, right? And I think the possibility that David Njoku is going to be utilized more based off of what he presented to us last year.
Oh yeah, I believe
Amari Cooper's opportunities. And that's kind of why I have Amari Cooper. Like, there's only one ball. Deshaun Watson's not going to be able to distribute it to both of them. I think you got to pick one or the other. I'd rather pick David Njoku based off of where Njoku's going. But you're also right. Amari Cooper's been steady.
Well,
He's been phenomenal every year. Go ahead.
Example for that would be Amon-Ra was wide receiver 3 and Laporta was tight end 1. So it can happen to get both in the top 5 and be baller. I'm not saying the Browns will, but
Deshaun Watson is quarterback.
Yeah, right. That's my point.
That's the one variable that, like.
But with Deshaun Watson 4 years ago was better than Jared Goff.
But that's 4 years ago.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it all comes down to Watson.
It really does, and I don't believe in Watson whatsoever, even though he's on my team. So back to his draft. Sorry, this is why I like talking fantasy football with you, because we have these really good debates, these really awesome debates, and I generally love it, and I respect your opinion like no tomorrow.
And think about that too. The Lions were, what did I say in rushing? They were like 3rd rushing attempts, and they still produced the wide receiver 3 and tight end 1 and the quarterback 7. Jesus, the Lions are coming this year, man.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't think you're wrong. Devontae Adams, Tank Dell, Amari Cooper, Curtis Samuel, who I love, Mike Williams, who I don't love, Gabe Davis. I think he's got some ceiling games left in him as your wide receiver 6. That's not bad. Luke McCaffrey, love. Devontae Walker, don't know much about him. Haven't even put on the tape, I'll be honest. Jalen McMillan, don't know anything about him.
Jalen McMillan is a very nice play. He was the wide receiver 2 for Washington Huskies before he got hurt, keeping up with Rome Odunze's numbers as well. And then you saw Jalen Polk step in. He would have been a top 11, 8 to 12 wide receiver off the board without an injury. I like him a lot.
I'll keep that in mind. But do we like his quarterback a lot?
Not with Canales gone, no.
Okay. Marquise Valdez-Scantling. I think that's a good
I almost took him.
I like that pick. Tight end, he goes Luke Musgrave, Kate Otten, Tucker Kraft. So I'm trying to look for correlation. He has CJ Stroud, Tank Dell. This is definitely not your best work. Your draft yesterday was spectacular, but I think it's a good draft. What would you grade him?
I'm going C+ on this one.
C+?
I'm not a fan of DeAndre Swift. I don't think Javonte Williams will keep the job. I like the Curtis Samuel value. I would never draft Mike Williams or Gabe Davis. And the tight end, I like the stack, but it's really weak at tight end. But I mean, CJ Stroud and Tank is very nice, and I love Gibbs and Mixon, obviously. But I feel like
I'll give it a B- because I could see the ceiling written all over it. But tell me, because like we talked about this earlier, why are you out on DeAndre Swift?
I just don't believe he's going to repeat last year. I don't think they have the same O-line as the Eagles do, and I just never been a believer. He's small. His ankles are always hurt. He could prove me wrong again. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was wrong last year. I was completely out on DeAndre Swift, and he definitely outproduced what I thought he would. So I feel like Roschon Johnson is the better running back, and he's just not getting the work.
So you're out on DeAndre Swift, but you'd rather get investment on Roschon Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. That's perfect. Yeah. I have the same assessment.
I feel like the goal line work is going to be Roschon's, right? You're not going to see little man Swift in there,
Fair. All right. Quasi just said he's not a big fan of his draft. The stacks I worked toward got sniped and had to fall back on old desperation New England stack. Shit. Quasi, if you don't know, or if I didn't tell you, he won first and second in one of these tournaments a few years ago in the early, which is first and second place in the same tournament.
Balling.
Like it was quasi than everybody else. So we got to put some respect on the two times his name. He knows that he knows his stuff, and he's one of the best of the best. He goes with a 2.792 build, very very unique for Quasi. He goes Kyler Murray, Drake May, Breece Hall, Zamir White, Jerome Ford, Kendre Miller, Tyler Algier, Kamani Vidal, Eric Gray. Wide receivers, he goes Brandon Ayuk, Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Lad McConkey, Joshua Palmer, your guy Dontavian Wicks, Zay Jones, Malik Washington, KJ Osborne. Tight end, he's got a stack. Trey McBride and Jawan Johnson. I don't like Jawan Johnson. I've never liked Jawan Johnson.
I like the Drake May late pick a lot. I feel like he's getting undervalued with his rushing upside.
Yeah.
But are we going for a grade here? I love Kyler and Trey McBride. Come on. Trey McBride is my tight end 1. Kyler Murray's so undervalued. It's freaking insane. Breece Hall, of course, monster. I actually really do think Zamir White is going to outproduce his ADP a lot.
100%.
Jerome Ford should not be at 128 on the board. I don't understand that.
Agreed.
Great handcuffs with Miller, Algier, and Vidal. Eric Gray getting the first team snaps for the Giants. I saw that a couple of days ago. So what's going on with Singletary there?
Man, Singletary is steady, Eddie. You know that like he's going to be a top 30 back every year, and right now he's being drafted outside of the top 35 RBs. I think it's absolutely disrespectful. I don't think he's going to blow anybody out of the water, but based on where he's going in ADP and how he keeps sliding, you got to get him.
Right.
I don't feel comfortable grading the 2-time personally. Like I never grade him. I always say like, there's a reason why you've won first and second in these.
I give it a B.
You give it a B?
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it a. If you're not happy with it, I understand why. All right, let's look at mine. You give me a grade. I don't love my running backs. I don't love my quarterbacks, but I think we're strong. I go with a 3.59.
Deshaun Watson bounces back, man. It's gonna be lights out. Everyone's gonna flip out.
Totally.
What if he does? He has all the weapons.
Totally. So I go 3.593. I go Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, JJ McCarthy. I go Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, Trey Benson, Ty Chandler, Justice Hill. Wide receiver elite. Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Michael Pittman, Hollywood Brown, Deontay Johnson, Jerry Jeudy, Jermaine Burton, Demario Douglas, DJ Chark, tight end, I go Jake Ferguson, David Njoku, Jelani Woods.
Yeah, I love the Jelani late pick. He's creeping up my boards. He was my sleeper last year, but he got hurt, so it kind of threw him out the window.
Yeah, he stayed asleep.
I mean, quarterback value, amazing with getting Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson at 165, 172. The running backs, really weak. I'm not a big fan of Najee. Trey Benson will be amazing if Connor goes down. Ty Chandler, I like a lot because, like we said, I think Aaron Jones is hurt by week 5. I mean, he's, almost 30 years old?
Yep.
Justice Hill, nice handcuff piece. The wide receivers are an A. I mean, Jesus. Jamar Chase, Smith, Pittman, Hollywood, Deontay is one of my favorite picks. I like the Jerry Jeudy correlation, but I'm not really a Jerry Jeudy fan. Jermaine Burton is him. I'm trying to draft him everywhere I can.
He's him.
I mean, the New England Patriots, I still think Javon Baker's going to be the best, but you can't go wrong with Polk, Baker, or Demario Douglas. You might as well get some ownership of all of them, see how it plays out, right?
Well, if Drake May is who we think he can be, they're going to air it out a lot, and they're going to need to because they're going to be playing from behind a lot. So why not? Why not? Right? Like they all have opportunity. They really do. And I think Drake May can be the real deal. We're going to see growing pains for sure because he's very raw. My tight ends are sick too. What would you grade me, man, overall?
Dude, you said you didn't like the DJ Shark pick. I like that for best ball. I mean, he's a home run hitter.
It's not that I love the DJ Chark pick late. I just didn't like it here because I wish I would have either gotten a 4th quarterback or a 6th running back.
And I give the tight ends an A-. I mean, I love Njoku and Ferguson, and Jelani Woods is my favorite sleeper. So, I love Woods.
Pause.
6'7" beast in the red zone.
One of the most athletic tight ends to ever play the position.
Big. It's crazy.
One of the most athletic tight ends in one of the most athletic positions. And he's pretty much free. So what would you grade that draft?
Let me look here. I'm going to go running backs. Man, I'm going to go with I'm going to keep it a solid B. The wide receivers are so stacked.
I'll take it.
Almost a B+. Well,
a lot of
running
people,
backs.
Why are a lot of people calling your name in the chat? Why are they putting hashtag sleaze?
Oh, your giveaway.
Oh, that's right. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, dude, Jelani Woods, if he can stay healthy, he will not be anywhere near where he's drafted. Like I'd say top 12 tight end if he could stay healthy. And he's going as what, tight end 30, 32?
Yeah, he has top 5 tight end potential written all over him.
Yes, I know. Just needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, because like we saw, I was saying this yesterday, we saw glimpses of it, but Matt Ryan was a freaking quarterback, right? Two Fat Guys Fantasy Football says, I kept finding myself being just behind the tier break wall, so I made some picks I wasn't a huge fan of. Yeah, I'm a fan of every one of my picks. I really do like my draft. I just wish my roster construction was a little bit different. All right, Sleazeball, take me through your draft. You go 2, 6, 9, 3. We are going to be harsh because you were mean.
You break down mine for me now. Yeah,
you were mean. So you go Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott,
I went for the stacks.
You went for the stack, but you did get him 21 picks ahead of ADP. So
I did.
Uh,
he wouldn't have made it around the turn.
No, he might have. He might have.
He
Wendy
might have.
says, "Sup, Disco? Sup, Wendy? How you doing, girl? How you doing?" Put hashtag Sleece to enter the giveaway, Wendy. So 2693, Lamar, Dak Prescott, quarterbacks A plus. The upsides there. I don't like that you reached on Dak Prescott. I understand why you reached on Dak Prescott, but I will never reach ever to get correlation unless it falls to me at a good value or at ADP. Running back James Conner, like the pick. Raheem Mostert, also like the pick. Gus Edwards, Austin Eckler, Jaleel McLaughlin. Your first 5 RBs, very slept on. You got them all at really, really good values. You didn't reach on any single one of them. And what I mean reach, I'm talking about like
ADP.
5-10 picks. Yeah. And then Tank Bigsby, I understand the need for Tank Bigsby. That's just a pure handcuff play. I'm not drafting any Tank Bigsby this year. It's either Etienne or I don't want anything to do with that backfield. Maybe I'll get some free Dearness Johnson in round 20 sometimes. Wide receiver, I love the wide receiver room. CeeDee Lamb, Cooper Kupp, DK Metcalf, Jameson Williams, Xavier.
Cooper Kupp is up to 26 now. When we started this, he was round 3.
Yeah, he was late round 3. I told people this is why you draft in May. So what's going to happen to Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger next week after Darren Waller drops his
retires, right?
Yeah, after he drops his 4th rap song, declaring his retirement in a very poetically weird way. What's going to happen, right? What's going to happen to the value? It's going to skyrocket. This is why we do what the hell we do. This is why we do what we do.
Who do you think is going to be the guy? Theo or Daniel?
Theo. So I know JC's a big fan of Daniel. I understand why people believe in Daniel, but you don't draft a Theo Johnson to replace Darren Waller, and his greatest comparison is Darren Waller, right? There's a reason why they traded for Darren Waller. Daboll had a vision for Darren Waller in that offense. Should it not be Waller, Theo Johnson is the next best thing. So I'm very curious to see how he fits in. I would say Theo Johnson's probably the giant. Daniel Jones, then Theo Johnson are the Giants I'm most bullish on this year based off of ADP.
Oh yeah, Daniel Jones. I mean, if he can show any signs of life, his ADP is way too low.
Well, I like people think I'm being facetious and like I hate the Cowboys. I don't hate the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys projected to be the 4th team in the NFC East this year. In the NFC East.
NFC East.
I have the Cowboys projected as it's going to be competitive. Don't get me wrong.
So you're going Eagles, Redskins, Giants, Cowboys?
Sir, we're politically correct here at the BDE network. It's the Commanders.
Sorry.
It's the Commanders, not the Red, not what you just said. I go Eagles for sure, Commanders, Giants by maybe a win or maybe they have the same record.
Wow. Okay.
And then the Cowboys. I think the Commanders are going to have 10 wins. And I think the Giants are going to be, playing around 500, and same with the Cowboys, playing around 500.
Jaden Daniels scares me though with his size, man. He might get crushed.
He might, but his upside when he's balling and you also got to know this, right?
I would have rather had Jaden Daniels than Caleb Williams.
Who is the head coach of the Washington Commanders?
It's not what's his name, Rivera?
No, it's Dan Quinn.
Oh yeah, is he really gone?
Yeah, wow. And what was the thing helping the Dallas Cowboys stay in games the most the last year? His defense. Right. And who is he playing against at least twice a year?
Redskins or the Commanders.
No, the Cowboys. He's playing against the Cowboys now twice a year.
I was saying last year.
So he's going to have the edge there. And once again, back to their O-line being absolutely terrible. Their defense is not going to keep them in games anymore because Micah Parsons isn't even signing the bag yet. I'm out on the Cowboys, dude. It makes sense to me. Xavier Legette, Jalen Polk, A.T. Perry, Jalen Hyatt, Brandon Rice, Mark Andrews, Ben Sinnott, Jonathan Smith. I love your running backs. I love the value guy of your running backs. I obviously love your quarterback situation. Your wide receivers are elite. A.T. Perry, Jalen Hyatt, those are guys I typically wouldn't draft. Brandon Rice, I understand he's what's the word I'm looking for? Legacy kid. He's a legacy kid. Your tight ends are spectacular. Ben Sinnott's one of my favorites. Mark Andrews.
I don't like the buys.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So like 2 years ago, the person who won first in this didn't have a quarterback for like the last 3 weeks.
Still
So
got the dub.
still got the
How?
dub. Just
That many points ahead, I guess, to start.
yeah. So like people last year were doing like the single QB builds. I would give that a B minus. I've seen you draft better. I haven't seen you draft. I would say B minus.
I
B
don't. I
minus.
didn't like reaching on the DAC, but I wanted the stack. That hurt.
Yeah,
That hurt my
I
grade.
would I would say that's where you lost out on a lot of good value because like instead of pivoting, you kind of like okay, well like I'm gonna cop out now, and like I'd rather see you pivot and take best available and build off of that than cop out and just get a stack that you probably could have waited for. That stack
Right.
probably would have came back to you, right? Because look at where Joe Burrow went.
Yeah. I see. He went 2
And,
rounds later.
yeah, and look at where Jordan Love went.
Yeah.
And
Way
so
later.
even if you didn't get that stack with Dak Prescott, you still would have gotten better value at the quarterback position later on with Joe Burrow or Jordan Love. So you missed out on a lot of good talent.
I just think they're going to be slinging in Dallas. I think it's going to be a CD Lamb Dak massive yardage year.
It very well could be early on. It could be what we saw with Kirk Cousins and with Justin Jefferson to start off last season. But how did that end for both of them?
You don't like Mike Zimmer?
No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
I really don't. When he was the head coach over in
Vikings, I believe.
For the Minnesota Vikings, what were the Vikings known for? Their offense or their defense?
Yeah, not good. But they weren't good at the time either. So kind of
he's
got weapons in Dallas.
They were competitive, right? So the way I'm looking at it is like, yes, he's a good defensive coordinator, but like, is he a Dan Quinn? Is he a Bill Belichick? Is he a Gerard Mayo? No, like he's not going to go in and change an entire. Is he a D'Amico Ryans? No, he's not. And people have seen what he puts out, and but once again, it's just my take. It's just my take.
Yeah,
when you early said you kind of do hate the Cowboys, no, I really don't. I really don't. Last year, I loved the Cowboys. They made me a lot of money in these basketball tournaments. Very high on the Cowboys last year. This year, I'm just being realistic.
It's crazy that you have the Giants over them, though. I don't see that at all.
It's going to be very close. It really is going to be very close. I think the Giants are going to play really good defense this year.
Yeah, they do.
That's the edge I'm giving the Giants over Dallas. Is that really, really good defense?
Both running back rooms are shambles. Both offensive lines are beat up.
I would say the Giants running back room is way better than the Cowboys running back room currently.
With Singletary, Gray, and Tracy?
Yeah. I would obviously we don't have a lot of tape on Tracy, and he's only played running back for 1 year, but I like Tracy a lot. I like Bellinger too. I think both have a role. I also think both have a role. All right. What was your question?
Which one? Oh, I said I think Dowdle is going to have I think the running back rooms are about even to me. I mean, Zeke could have a 10 touchdown year. Could. Last time he was there, he had 12. I mean, Rico Dowdle looked good in the games he was there. I mean, Singletary's not much better. I don't see it that high.
Yeah.
I mean, if Rico Dowdle started for the Dallas Cowboys right now and there was no handcuff, no Zeke, no nothing, you would draft Rico Dowdle higher than you draft Singletary. 100%.
Wendy, she says, you missed my question, Sleaze. How is your wife doing? You could just answer it here, brother.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, she's doing good. She's at home now. She's sleeping right now. It's been a rough week in the hospital, but we got 500 more stops to make medical-wise, so we go from there. But thank you. Thank you for the text, too, and Twitter and the DMs. All the love. It's greatly appreciated.
You've been through it, man, and I had a lot of fun talking ball with you today. Two Fat Guy says, I think I'm pretty chalk on the NFC East. Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, commies. You call it the commies. I like that. Okay, glad she's home, says Wendy. Wendy's such a sweetheart. All right.
Yeah. And go ahead. I was going to say, I forgot about the husband-wife draft thing. If you want to shoot me a DM, I'm down for that.
I'm signing up tomorrow. My wife and I are signing up tomorrow, so we can both sign up tomorrow as well.
I'm down for that.
All right. Jeremy Fields entered the giveaway. Okay. You guys ready? Drum roll, please. The winner of today's giveaway is the man who made his streaming debut yesterday, my man Pete Sandoval. Congratulations, Pete, on winning the giveaway. Shoot me a DM. I'll tell you how to redeem it and whatnot. Congratulations, brother. Sleaze.
Yo.
let the folks know where they could see your content. Just talk yourself. I know it's hard for you because you're super modest. Just talk yourself up right now. Talk yourself up. Tell us where we can see your future content, what you have in the works, if any plans, where to expect you, anything. Just do you have anything to tell the folks before we head out?
So upcoming Sleazeball FF is where you can find me everywhere. I finally locked that name in across all platforms. My podcast should be releasing Friday. I will be going to Vegas for the Scott Fishbowl draft in June. I'm excited to see everyone there. It's my first time, never been. I'm going to be going to the Fantasy Football Expo where you'll be at as well.
Yes, sir.
And Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram is mainly like my life, but I post some football content on there. But everything is Sleazeball FF. Amazing. Thanks for having me. I always love the shows. I always love drafting with you. And yeah.
Feelings mutual. So when are we going to start our Wednesday shows on the Sleazeball Network?
Dude, next week if you're down.
For you, I'm down. I'll make time for sure.
I want to call it Grenades and Fades.
Grenades.
People you would jump on a grenade for to draft, people you fade.
I like it. Grenades and fades. I like it a lot. All right. You know what though? I'd jump on a grenade for you, brother. I would. And I'd jump on a grenade. I'd jump on a grenade for Disco Ball Nation. That's for damn sure. And I'm fading anybody who doesn't think that I would do so. Shout out to you guys, the most beautiful community out there in general. I appreciate y'all. I say this all the time and I say it again. Like, we seen it right here. Like, our village is behind you 100% sleazeball. It's nice to talk ball, but like, you are family, and we're happy that you and the wife are on the mend and doing better. It takes a village, and we love this fucking village. We love you guys so much. See y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Till next time, peace.